44 minutes, 44, 44. Always saying that 44 or 444. Okay, so this is part two of the bombing of Nagasaki. Nagasaki. Naga. Because that's also a celestial name, too. Of one of the Anunnaki, I do believe. Nagasaki. Okay, so part two. Okay, I did it said cold opening. I read that on part one. And introduction, which little number is something about Pascal. And then Act One, the Manhattan Project. And I thought that was something totally different. I thought it was something about them doing drug experiments on college kids or whatever. Okay, so I read that. So on to Act Two, Hiroshima. Or Hiroshima. It's Sunday, August 5th, 1945, on island of uh, Tinian in the South Pacific, 4 days before the bombing of Nagasaki. U.S. Air Force Captain Robert Lewis watches as a group of military officials carry a cylindrical metal device out of an aircraft hangar. Robert has been informed that the device is something called an atomic bomb, one of two that has been prepared by American scientists for use against Japan, nicknamed the Little Boy. The bomb resembles an elongated trash can with four metal fins. Robert has never seen anything like it, nor does he have any idea of the bomb's destructive capabilities. He is simply following orders. Idiot. Robert watches Robert watches with curiosity as the officials use a hydraulic lift to load the bomb into the belly of a B-29 bomber plane's name, Enola Gay. I know that's just something spelled a different way, spelled backwards or something. Look like anal. A-N something. I'll figure it out. It's stamped on the side of the aircraft in huge black letters, chosen in honor of the pilot's mother. Yeah, right. Enola Gay. Right. And then at midnight, the 12-man crew of the Enola Gay attends a final briefing. Robert listens intently and scribbles notes as his commanders lay out the details of the night's mission. They're giving two potential targets. The primary is Hiroshima, home to a major Japanese military base. But if weather conditions are poor, crew is instructed to hit the city of Kokura. I heard it, I just can't pronounce it. Kokura. Instead, where one of Japan's largest weapons arsenals is located, that they think. Hell no. Meanwhile, at that same moment, a U.S. Navy battleship, Augusta, cuts through the deep blue waters of the mid-Atlantic. Below deck inside the mess hall, President Harry S. Truman kneels in prayer. Truman is on his way back to Washington from Potsdam, where he issued his ultimatum to the Japanese. The president knows the bombing mission will move forward tonight. He hasn't been able to concentrate on anything else all day. Now, while he anxiously awaits news, Truman attends Sunday prayers. He closes his eyes and bows his head as the priest leads a great recitation saying, "Faith of our fathers, we will strive to win all nations until thee. And through the truth that comes from God, mankind shall then indeed be free." We just go kill everybody who we need to kill unnecessarily to get what we want. Back on Tinian, Robert Lewis straps into the co-pilot seat on board his B-29 bomber. Alongside him, Captain Paul Tibbets. Tibbets sparks the engine and taxis forward onto the runway. When they receive the official go, Tibbet pulls the throttle, and at 2:45 a.m., the Enola Gay leaves the ground. Conditions remain normal as the B-29 cruises north across the Pacific. When dawn breaks, the skies are clear, so Tibbet notifies the crew via intercom that he's about to head for the primary target, Hiroshima. Robert looks through the cockpit window. The Enola Gray is traveling at over 300 miles per hour at a height of more than 30,000 feet, but there's barely a cloud in the sky when the city of Hiroshima into focus. Robert sees it instantly quiet and still in the early y'all see that morning light. The Enola Gay bombardier I know what it is, I just can't pronounce it right. Bombardier Thomas Ferriby takes him in his sights. Once he's locked in his target, Ferriby opens the bomb bay doors and just before 8:15, Ferriby releases little boy from its constraints and the atomic bomb drops from the sky. Sudden weight loss causes the plane to jump violently. Captain Tibbets wrenches the yoke to the right, forcing the Enola Gay into a short bank. He knows he has less than a minute to move very clear of the coming explosion. 45 seconds later, the aircraft is filled with a blinding white light. For a moment, there's an eerie silence followed by a sudden followed by a sudden jolt and a low, rattling vibration as the first shock and wave hits the plane. Robert peers through the window. Moments earlier, there had been a city. Now there's nothing but a huge mushrooming cloud of smoke and debris. Robert stares in awe. He wonders how many civilians have been killed by the blast. With trembling hands, Robert opens his logbook and scribbles, "My God, what have we done? My God, what have we done? Stupid idiot." 16 hours later, President Truman is eating lunch on board the Augusta when a naval officer hurries into the mess hall clutching a telegram. He hands the message to the president and reads, "Hiroshima bomb, results clear cut. It's successful in all respects. Visible effects greater than in any test." Wow. That reminds me when they was showing the Bush motherfucker sitting in the classroom uh and the black teacher sounded like an idiot, sounded like a fucking slave master. I mean a slave. Uh learning her children the slave master's rules, and he just listening. Then here comes dude whispering in his ear. He just looking stupid. I don't care what nobody say. He knew about it, but then again, he might not have. Who knows? But I don't know. I believe he knew about it. The president is told of the catastrophic fallout at Hiroshima, including the severe death toll, but he doesn't intervene or to stop. Sounds familiar. A second movie that might be playing a few moments later. From his office on board the ship, the president issues a statement to the people of the United States. Truman, a short time ago, an American airplane dropped one bomb on Hiroshima and destroyed the usefulness to the enemy. Mm, mm, mm. It was to spare the Japanese people from utter destruction that the ultimatum of July the 26th was issued to Potsdam. Their leaders can't play rejected that ultimatum if they do not now accept our terms. They may accept a rain of ruin from the air, the likes of which has never been seen on this earth. But surrender does not immediately come. And so 3 days later, another B-29 bomber would take off from Tennant carrying the second bomb, nicknamed Fat Man. The crew will embark on their primary target of the Kokura. But poor weather and technical difficulties would force them to switch targets. At the last minute, the plane will reroute and gun for a different location, a port city in the south of Japan, Nagasaki. Act 3, Nagasaki. It's almost 11 a.m. on Thursday, August 9th, 1945, in the city of Nagasaki. 15-year-old Michi Hatari is sitting in a classroom at school when the lesson is interrupted by an air raid siren. Over the last year or so, air raids have become a fact of life. Michi, I named one of my stuffed animals Michi, is accustomed to seeing American B-29 bombers. And I'm going to get her out as soon as I get done. I showed named her Michi. Michi and Ichi. Michi and Ichi. That's crazy. Darkens the sky as part of the U.S. bombing campaign of the Japanese mainland. So when Michi's schoolteacher shepherds the class through the yard and into the nearby bomb shelter, Michi isn't too worried often. Often the sirens are false alarms. Some of Michi's friends are dawdling in the yard, laughing and joking around as she heads to the shelter. Michi smiles and shakes her head with amused exasperation. But then suddenly there's a blinding flash of white light. Split second later, the air becomes screamingly hot. A powerful force lifts Michi off her feet and throws her against the wall of the shelter. Then everything goes black. When Michi comes to, she wakes to see a world on fire. Blinking, she stumbles out of the shelter. She slowly becomes aware of a stinging sensation like thousands of needles simultaneously pricking her skin. Michi wanders, dazed, back toward the school, but it's no longer there, nor are the surrounding houses or the larger buildings beyond them. It's as if Nagasaki has been wiped from the face of the earth. Michi gazes around expressionless, disbelieving. She doesn't understand what's happened to her city, to her friends and family. All she knows is that the world will never be the same. The next day, the Japanese emperor will override his military advisors and accept terms of surrender, bringing World War II to a close. Still, for decades, historians will debate whether the bombing of Nagasaki was necessary. Most agree that Hiroshima was an imperative action that hastened the end of the war, but many will argue that Nagasaki was avoidable. But the United States had already demonstrated its nuclear capabilities. and that if Truman had called off Nagasaki, Japan still would have surrendered. But Truman always stood by his decision in his lifetime. He wrote, "I made the only decision I ever knew how to make. I did what I thought was right." The atomic bomb Fat Man detonated over Nagasaki with the equivalent force of 22,000 tons. 2,200,000 tons of TNT. But the bomb was packed with only just over 16 kilograms of plutonium. Mm, mm. If exploded with double force of the Hiroshima bomb, which was formulated with uranium, Fat Man was dropped off target 2, landing several miles from the intended impact site. 40,000 people were killed instantly, the majority of them civilians. Many more soon died from radiation poisoning. The total death toll is estimated to be around 80,000 people. But while the decision to drop atomic weapons on Hiroshima and Nagasaki may have ended one conflict, it would soon usher in a new one. Following the bombing of Nagasaki, the Cold War between the United States and the Soviet would begin in earnest, as both rival powers into a dangerous nuclear arms race with potential catastrophic implications for humankind. The nuclear strike on Nagasaki will herald the end of one dark chapter and the dawn of a terrifying new one. An age defined by the fear of nuclear war that began after the U.S. dropped Fat Man on Nagasaki on August 9th, 1945. Talking about atom wars. I don't even want to get into that. So that was that about okay, the bombing. So I want to get back to history.net. And this is what, okay, mind you, remember it said that the majority of the people, I need to see if this woman is still alive. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. This work with me here. Okay, I got that. Because I tried to click on. I already got it on eyes. Okay, it says 9 eyewitness. Let me see how 5 people survived. 14 and 15, the 2 were survivors. Can y'all see that? Of the atomic bomb that was dropped on Nagasaki. Or it could be Nagasaki. Nagasaki. Oh my goodness. Nagasaki. I'm talking about Nagasaki. I said, that sounds more like German shit. Nagasaki. Duh. On. They get on my nerves. Hold on, let me do this real quick because they're getting on my nerves. Because I want to read this. For free content. And this is National Geographic, so they be lying just as well. So, 70 years ago this day on. Stop it. Oh, you know what? If this is that same documentary that I watched about this man who followed this octopus on I think he was what they call it, the go he was on the outskirts of Africa somewhere, just deep diving. And he learned to deep dive so much that he didn't even need breathing apparatus and nothing, and he could hold his breath for a real long time, and you can't do that if you practice. And he was actually friends with this creature who, it was so freaking amazing, and oh my goodness, it was good. It was very, very, very good. Okay, it said 70 years ago. So when was this? 20. So this was in 2015. So it's 2024 now. So that was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 9 years ago. So 70 plus not 70, almost 80. Well, next, yeah, okay. So the 2025 of the Gregorian year to be 80 years. Okay, so let me see when this, because everybody should be gone from there from some type of sickness from that. Especially she said she was walking right in the midst of it. Come on. Oh, yeah, many people also don't know that people survived the bombings. Read about the bombs that survived the Hiroshima. One of this, one of the reasons that the bombs were kept top secret, very few military knew they existed, except for the people who were creating bombs and those directly overseeing. After the bombs were dropped, several factors brought in the U.S. and Japan contributed to people not knowing. One was directed denial. Okay, that ain't what I'm looking for, so I ain't gonna read all that. I'm trying to find. Damn it. Who? Oh, yeah, the name of the people. Oh, look at that. Look, that is. Come on, you really, really. And this is so ridiculous. What is that? This about to be day. I can't believe I'm still up, but I just gotta get this out because I just been thinking about this. There's a whole bunch of stuff I've been wanting to do, so it's like, let me do it while I got this laptop. The cloud from the atomic bomb dropped over Nagasaki rose more than 40,000 feet into the air. Look at that. And they was shooting that shit over here in America, in the United States. And I can down there guarantee you that's why a lot of people, when they remember long a minute ago, when everybody, it seemed like everybody was dying from cancer. Like everybody on my daddy's side died of cancer. Starting with the matriarch of the family, his mama, my grandmama. She's the birthday steward. She caught colon cancer. She passed just like that. Then my auntie, my uncle, couple more uncles, my daddy. I'm like, damn. It's like it was in like a sequence. Then everybody started dying of cancer. And then remember everybody talking about dying of prostate cancer. And then now it's the Camp Leguine, whatever. If you was living in Camp Leguine from such and such year to such and such year, and you're dead, and had this going on, I got an extra head, got an extra leg growing out your knee, then we got some money for you. But that's not what that's from. Because in that documentary, it even mentions Camp Lejeune in there. And the story goes is that the government knew that they couldn't pay everybody who got affected by that. So they just limited to what they felt that would fit their narrative. What did I just do? Oh, yeah, I'm trying to find, yeah. And see, I can't really find that on her. Let's see, meet you. Let me see if I can find. Oh no, that's the tennis golf. For see, they trying to trick you out. Oh, they think they so slick. See that? The University of Texas act. No, that's the girl. Michi Instagram photos. Come on now. Let's see. Let's try her last name Bernstein. And and witnessing about that's me. I just did that and they got it up. Oh, I'm on the internet. What?
You're watching Disney XD on YouTube.
Crash, you're going to fall.
Why do you say that?
And that's the list of things you've learned since you moved in
Okay.
here.
Oh
Hot
shit! I
rack
don't
is
know
not a
what this
swing,
is.
the dishwasher is not a sauna, and the crock pot is not a toilet.
I don't even know why this thing popped up. I think my arm hit something. I thought it was gonna show. I thought it was gonna show my ad, my thing. That's me. I just did that. Okay, so no, let me get back. Okay.
Coming to Disney XD, Wyatt Bernstein.
Now where was it? Where it said where she was born? And damn it, I just keep touching shit. Cause like I said, I don't believe this was an actual witness. To nothing like this. Look at these. Well, it is the same pictures that's on what I'm looking at, where I found it. His history.net, and I don't see not too much on this person. Why, if she was one of the survivors, one of the lone survivors, why where's she at? So okay, let me. Because I seen somewhere where it says, I could have sworn I read it where it says she was born 1968, or am I tripping? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post this, and then I'm gonna find what I could have sworn I saw before it got clicked off. So I'll be back with, what's it, be part 3 in a minute. See ya.